Shalom, Makib Shalom. First and foremost, as always, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth and that's still teaching this truth, and much peace, love, and salutation to the elect of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, that's pushing this word with all truth and sincerity. Excuse me, I'm the brother Tazamah from the Great Millstone Dallas camp, coming back today with another lesson. And Lord willing, today this lesson will be edifying. And I wanted to go into a lesson on this whole thing going on with P.Diddy, which we know and we understand that these moguls, if you will, these individuals who are heavy in the music industry, like P.Diddy, Birdman, Rick Ross, Drake, Lil Wayne, so on and so forth. There's plenty of them. Even the individuals in Hollywood, all of them have to do satanic rituals, and pretty much go far deep into the left-hand side in order to attain their riches. You see, they gotta pretty much debase themselves to hell, in order to receive the riches. They got something called the casting couch, and what's going on with this guy P. Diddy is the fact of how he's been the talk in the news, as of lately with high level people. For example, like T.D. Jakes. I know he was with him. You know what I'm saying? Have you ever been swallowed? Man, that dude's just a big overgrown M to the O. All right. But these dudes are just nasty freaks, man. And it really just goes back to the wisdom of Canaan. The wisdom of Canaan and the wisdom of Chum. And they gotta indulge themselves in nasty, left hand rituals to attain their riches. And that's why Yahweh Shai said, woe unto them, woe unto you that are rich. What's that in Luke the 6th chapter? All right, let's get that. Luke 6 and like 24. Let's see. Yep, this is the book of Luke chapter 6 verse 24. All right, it says, but woe unto you that are rich. And this dude P. Diddy, all right, he's a billionaire, man. He is a billionaire. And for you to attain that level of stardom, in the music game, and being a producer, having your own clothing line, record label, drinks, I would say like alcohol, clubs, and all these scandals that's now coming out on him. You see what happens whenever you dig your hand into the devil's cookie jar, man. Getting a slice of the devil's pie, like D'Angelo's saying. So now, as you see here on the title, it says witness, and I'm gonna go back to the scripture. It says witness accuses Sean Diddy Combs of sex. You see the word there, children, to VIP elite. Explosive testimony. You see, because his house actually, well, I want to say two of his homes, which I know he has. We know that he has more than two homes. But two of his homes actually got raided by the police, and then hypothetically, he was already on a flight all the way away to an island that was to the south. It's to the southeast of Florida. So at the end of the day, when you take a deal with Satan, all right, and go on the left hand side, man, you don't win. And the scriptures warn us about that. The scriptures gives us game on how to deal. So this is Luke 6 and 24. It says, but woe unto you that are rich, for ye have received your consolation. Now, what does this word consolation mean? All right, let's get this word consolation real quick here. All right, that word consolation is paraklesis. Paraklesis. All right. And that word consolation says solace or cheer, which comes from a happy lot or a prosperous state of things. And this dude Diddy, and as well as the rest of these different individuals who have sold you know, have sold out pretty much. You know, they can pretty much acquire and get anything that they want. You know, and these individuals are you know, peasants and you know, peasants to the global elite, of course. You know, but they're nothing more than just gatekeepers. All right, they're nothing more than just gatekeepers, realistically, for Jake. You know, so in order for you to get signed with these particular record labels and things of that nature, you have to, you know, submit to their will and bend down and do all these different things. You know, and you already know what things we're talking about. And if you don't know what things we're talking about, you know, the things that you got to attain to get success. Okay? All right, but so it says solace or cheer, which comes from a happy lot or a prosperous state of things. And at the end of the day, you know, the wealth and the riches that he got came from Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Okay? Whether you can believe it or not. Okay? All things that he got came directly from the Lord. Okay, and just to prove that, let's get the book of St. John, the 3rd chapter, real quick. I think it's St. John, the 3rd chapter. Let's see. Yep, St. John 3:27. It says, John answered and said, and this is John the Baptist here. John answered and said, a man can receive nothing except to be given him from heaven. You see that? And that's anything. You know, you can receive anything except it's been given unto you from heaven or from Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. So this dude Diddy was set up. He's just another wicked Jake, another wicked nigga. You know, that pretty much, like I said earlier, got a taste of the devil's pie. And now he's caught up. You know, when you read, and we'll get the scriptures here. You know, for example, like Sirach 13 and Proverbs 23, it gives you game. You see? So it says, Sean Diddy Combs' neighbor has gone on record accusing the entertainment industry icon of being a, you see the word there, who you see the word there, busloads of minors to VIP EP files. Okay? And it's already done came out. All right, what these individuals is about. You know, E Island. I'm just gonna say that. You know, you got E Island. You know, and all these you got the new thing going on, the new show, not show, excuse me, the new documentary. It's about 4 episodes. That's on Netflix, but it's pretty much going in on the cast of Nickelodeon. You know, a cartoon network, or a network, I rather say, that we all watched growing up as kids. Man, well, I forgot what the documentary is called. If somebody want to put it in the comment board, you can. But it's actually on Netflix right now, and it's going into like Dan Schneider and pretty much all these child stars from like All That, and these you know, these shows that we used to watch growing up, and how they pretty much was did wrong as children. That's why the scriptures talk about in the book of Sirach, I'm going to say it's the 12th chapter, it goes into the merciless murderers of children. Okay? It says, I live right next to, and this is a witness, I live right next to him. The man told reporters from the window of a luxury vehicle. You see all types of shit, like big ass buses, especially at nighttime around 3 a.m. in the morning. Shit gets wild, and this dude is a sleazy, McNasty ass nigga right here, man. You know, and it's already been reported, you know, in hella videos, you know, this dude, you know, being a hella suspect, you know, kissing other men on the lips, you know what I'm saying, and just saying suspect things, you know, and you know, people coming out and speaking out against this guy, you know what I'm saying, and like I said, we all know that these individuals are nasty, and they got to go into the left-hand side when it comes to trying to get rich or trying to get money. And for you to attain that level of stardom, like I said, for you to be a billionaire, okay, you're not just going to attain that just because of how you know, talented you are. Not saying that these guys aren't talented, you know, but for you to attain that level of stardom and that level of riches, you have to sell out. And that's a matter of fact, is that Matthew the 16th chapter? Is that Matthew 16? For what shall a man give? Shall a man give his soul? Let's see. Yeah, right. Yeah, Matthew 16:26. For what is a man profited? For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? And you see, in the same thing, Satan came to Yahushua with the same thing. He pretty much tried to get Yahushua to sell out. He was like, man, look, I'll give you everything if you just bow down to me. Excuse me. He said, I'll give you everything if you just bow down to me. And he showed him all the kingdoms of the world and things of that nature on the pinnacle. But what did Yahushua? Yahushua just rebuked Satan with the scriptures. And plus, Yahushua already knows that he's going to receive all things that's being in the air to Yahweh. You see? But these jakes that came from nothing, and they get offered a slice of the devil's pie. It comes at the end of the day. It comes with a deal that destroys you at the end of the day, man. You see? You pretty much get a stain on you pretty much get a stain on your reputation because now it's coming out and people understand how you got those riches. And it's not no secret. So it says, for what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? You see, and that's why a lot of these entertainers and actors and musicians, sports figures, when you hit a certain level of stardom, man, you always see them wearing sunglasses. You always see them wearing black sunglasses. As the saying goes, is that the eyes are the gateway to the soul. So these dudes, they're ashamed, and they'll get like lots of tattoos, which really it's really an image that they want you to portray. Is a particular image to sell. You're pretty much a marketing tool. You're marketable to them to make them money. So now you have to now you got to make yourself a billboard. You see? And if you try to buck up against their system, you try to speak out against the things that you got to do. They got that video of you. They got that video of you on the casting couch. They got the videos of you doing everything that you do or that you did to attain those riches, to get that contract. They got you on video. They pretty much own you. Once you sign that contract, you're pretty much a slave to them. That's why when you see a lot of these individuals speak out, like for example, you had like Michael Jackson that spoke out. Prince spoke out, and I'm just naming just a few. You have multiple people that spoke out against it, and eventually they end up getting they either they get blackballed. They'll get blackballed, and eventually they'll deem them to be crazy. You know what I'm saying? And they'll put them out there in the media as if they're just crazy as hell, and all these lies and things get put out on them. Or B, they'll just kill your ass. So it says, and really that's really Yahweh Bashim Shai, okay, is the solution. You see, our people trust in the shadow of Egypt, as is written. And it tells you that Pharaoh should be as a broken reed in your hand that shall pierce you. So it says, for what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? What a man will give in exchange for his soul is very, very, very vast, man. That will, Jake will go there. All right. It says the Department of Homeland Security conducted multiple raids on Combs' 2 houses yesterday, including his main residence in Holmby Hills, as part of an explosive X trafficking probe. Investigators said across the coast, the music mogul's Miami home was also raided Monday. You see, so his 2 major homes, all right, got raided, and he wasn't there. All right, and this is the video here. Let me turn it down a little bit because I don't want the echo. So lower one you can hear clearly.
Yeah, tell them stop bringing all the miners over here late at night. I live right next to him. He do too much. He be like buses, like big ass buses. You just see all type of shit hop out. especially at nighttime, like around 3 o'clock in the morning, it gets wild. I'm his neighbor. When my basketball go over there, I just let it be because I don't want to knock on the door.
See that? He was like, man, he was like, look, I just let it be. He was like, around 3 o'clock in the morning, it gets wild. He's like, it gets wild over there. It was like, it's bus loads. It's just be buses that be pulling up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Just be boatloads of minors and things of that nature. You know, and that's how. And Diddy's just a small example. You know, and this is just a prophecy where it talks about how the stars shall fall from heaven. You know, these higher ups and these jakes who are so-called quote unquote, you know, successful on this side and rich and things of that nature. I mean, these people finna lose big time. These people finna lose. All these people that made a covenant with death, as it tells you in Isaiah 28, we have made a covenant with death, and at hell are we at agreement. They're gonna lose big time, and they're gonna be exposed too. Yahweh Bashim Shai is in the season, of exposing. Okay, and that's the prophet. That's the scripture. You know, Yahweh Shai said it. Luke, the 12th chapter. I don't know what just happened to my blue letter Bible. Salaki. Luke 12 and 2. All right, it says, for there is nothing covered. All right, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known. Okay, so all these things that are done in darkness, that these you know, these rappers, these entertainers, these sports figures, these, you know, these Hollywood stars, if you would, and that's the spirit how they call them, stars. Okay, they're superstars. You know, and stars are deemed for their glory, you know, for their magnificence. But the scriptures talk about how the stars are going to fall from heaven. You see, they're going to, and that falling from heaven is a state of nobility. Okay, they're gonna fall. Okay, and all these things that these individuals and all these things that these people do, you know, behind closed doors, it will make you throw up. All the things that they got to do, man. I'm talking about, you know, the B to the L to the double O D S vices, you know, and then you got people that would, you know, slay their, you know, their mother, their father, their children. Look at Will and Jada Smith and how they do, you know, how they did, you know, Jaden Smith and Willow Smith, man. I'm talking about two completely bugged out ass kids, man. You know, and that's just, like I said, that's just a small example. You know, even P. Diddy, man. You know, his sons. You know, and you got, like I said, you got other entertainers, you know, who are eyewitnesses and actually being there. Like Usher, you know, Usher had to go pretty much stay with Diddy when he was young, and he explained all the crazy shit that was going on, man. Justin Bieber, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, Diddy's just an example. You know what I'm saying? These elites do this on a higher level, man. Like I said, you got E Island, you know. But them niggas actually had a whole goddamn island for that shit. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas had a whole island where they would just freak off and just do crazy shit with children, man. Stephen Hawking's there, nigga on a mechanical computerized chair talking shit. You know what I'm saying? Pull down your pants. You know, all this madness. You know what I'm saying? Nigga slobbering. You imagine that? Can you imagine that? Stephen Hawking, crippled as all hell. You know what I'm saying? At E Island. You know what I'm saying? Nigga slobbering. Like, bro, like these are the people that we dealing with, man. These are the scriptures talk about. It says that their right hand is a right hand of falsehood. It says, deliver me from strange children, man. You see, but Jake done tapped in. You know, Jake done tapped in on the left-hand side with these devils. You know, and try to make a covenant with them and try to be like them, man. The scriptures call us, you know, the Most High's holy people, man. You know, above all people. We should be in no way, shape, or form or fashion trying to be equal with these damn devils, man. Okay? It says, breaking now, reports are emerging that a private jet owned by Sean P. Diddy Combs has left the United States, possibly headed to a country with no U.S. Extradition agreements. He got the fuck out of Dodge. He was like, hell nah. He dipped. He wasn't playing. Oh man, these niggas is finna lose, man. All these niggas that done sold out amongst Israel, you know what I'm saying, and even, you know, 2/3, you know, and Diddy, Jay-Z, Will Smith, Denzel, LeBron, you know what I'm saying, Kendrick Lamar, you know, all your favorite rappers, all your favorite actors, all your favorite sports figures, they all know about the Israelites. Every single last one of them know about the Israelites and that they are Israelites. But they're not going to give up everything that they got to go out there on the highways and hedges and preach. They're not going to do that. You know, they're not going to give up their high and lofty position. You know, they're not willing to forsake everything that they got. You know, Moses forsook the riches of Egypt. You see, and Moses was balling. Moses was pretty much he was pretty much like the next Pharaoh. You see, and Moses was a beautiful example. You see, as a matter of fact, it talks about Yahweh doing that as well too. Let me find the one with Yahweh. I think it's in like Philippians possibly or Hebrews. Let me see. Let's see. There's a specific one that I'm looking for. It might be in. This is a good one. Ooh, it's actually the spirit. This is actually one I was thinking about earlier, but it slipped my mind. But hey, call Allah Yahweh Shemal Shai. 1 Timothy 6:17. Charge them that are rich in the world. Charge them that are rich in this world, that they be not high-minded. And these individuals, these niggas be proud, man. You know, they be proud as all hell. You know, you can't tell them shit. You know, and they ain't helping out the ministry. You know, they talk about all this pro-black this and pro-black that or whatever the case may be. You know, but they ain't really for the people, man. Like I said, they're really set up. Okay, they're really just set up to be gatekeepers. Okay, and to keep Jake Lord asleep. That's why these small hats, they're not gonna stop gangster rap, and they're not gonna put a ban on gangster rap on the radios, and they're not gonna put a ban on the stuff that these guys talk about on the radios about committing adultery, murdering one another. You know what I'm saying? Just being a complete demon upon the planet Earth. They ain't gonna say anything about that. Okay, so it says, charge them that are rich in this world, that they be not high-minded, nor trust in uncertain riches. You see all this money that this nigga got. You know, he got money. This nigga's now using his money and his resources to fly around the world now to try to escape his judgment. You see that? Now he's using all this money, all this shit that he was talking, and all this pride to be flying around the world to escape being caught through. Okay? It says, but in the living power who giveth us richly all things to enjoy. There's another one, because it talks about for the love of money is the root of all evil. Let's see. Here we go. 1 Timothy 6:9. Or start of verse 8. Having food and raiment, let us be therewith content. You see, and these guys, you know, they got the money, whereas they got, you know, they have, you know, 10, 15, 20 cars, private jets, you know what I'm saying? A huge house with 20 bedrooms and 15 bathrooms. You know what I'm saying? All these, you know, all this jewelry, and, you know, and at the end of the day, you know, we're Jake, so we like nice things. You see, but it gets to a point of overkill when it comes to these Jakes, man. You see, because you're still a slave. At the end of the day, you had to sell out to get all those different things. You know, you don't own your own life. You know what I'm saying? You told what to do. You told how to act. You told, you know, you're given an image to portray. You know, you really in a bigger set of slavery than a Jake that's not rich. You know? That's why the scripture says that ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Because when you understand and know the truth of these things, man, you're not subject to, you know, you're not subject to the what ifs. You're not subject to the things that you've done to attain these rich. You know what I'm saying? You're not subject to any of that. You're really set at liberty. Okay, when you understand this truth. Okay? So it says, but they that be rich fall into temptation and a snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lust. Foolish and hurtful lust. See? You got a lot of guys that get the bag, if you will, and then they just splurge all their money, and eventually they be through. Tax evasion, and or they just end up just dead, you know what I'm saying? Broke as hell, living in a motel like Keith Sweat. Not Keith Sweat, well, what's the guy's name? Keith Murray, you know what I'm saying? He pretty much, he was pretty much a decent name, in the 90s, and then, now somebody found him pretty much. He was, just living out in a filthy motel, man. Hurtful lust, you know what I'm saying? Spending money on these hoes, you know what I'm saying? Going here, spending money on this, buying that, you buying a $250,000, $300,000 chain, It says, which drown men in destruction and perdition. You see? You get drowned in destruction. You see? For the love of money. For the love of money. You see? Not money itself, because the scripture says that money is a defense. But the love of money is the root of all evil. You see? Which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. All right? So I was just giving you the investigation. Said, hey, my man left the U. He breaking, you know what I'm saying? Sean Diddy Combs was fled. Look at this, man. This nigga out of there. He's hurt. Oh, shit. Yo, this nigga flew across the whole country and some. You hear the music in the background. You see how the airplane did it? Bro, he was on a mission. He was gone. All that money for you to be, all that money for your ass to be flying across the country because you running from getting caught. But you a billionaire. Look. Dude through. Oh, man. This shit is hilarious, man. See, these niggas finna lose, man. And this is just the beginning, you know what I'm saying? This is just the beginning. Like I said, this dude has already been, exposed of being the sleazeball, McNasty ass nigga that he is, but the scriptures give us game at the end of the day. All right? This is Sirach 13. And really this whole chapter, man. But Sirach 13 and one that says, matter of fact, let's do this. Let's do this for fun. Let's read this in the NLT, or the GNT, excuse me. Sirach chapter 13, verse 1 in the GNT, it says, if you touch tar, it will stick to you. And if you keep company with arrogant people, Esau, you will come to be just like them. You see, if you keep company with arrogant, proud, and high-minded people, you will become to be just like them. You are the company that you keep. Right? Don't try to lift something too heavy for you. And don't keep company with people who are richer and more powerful than you. See, because ultimately how Diddy got them riches, Rick Ross, Birdman, Jay Prince, you know what I'm saying? Denzel, Jay-Z, Beyonce, LeBron James, Steph Curry, Michael Jordan, everybody, Jordan the GOAT, LeBron, they both demons at the end of the day when it's all said and done. We have our debates about LeBron and Jordan, but they both demons at the end of the day. Kanye, they all had to get that money from somewhere, and they all had to do something to attain that stardom. And continue it, and the deeper you go in the rabbit hole with these devils, man, the more they'll give you, the more access they'll give you. When you look at Jay-Z, matter of fact, when you look at Jay-Z, like let's type in Jay-Z today. And let's just look at this guy. Look at this dude. This man has went there. You know? This dude he's gone there. You know, Jay-Z, do as thou wilt. You know? I mean, look, do what thou wilt. Which that's a quote pretty much from Aleister Crowley, which was a known Satanist. And here you go, you got these guys, they wearing black shades. Here it is, you in a black arena with some black sunglasses on. You know? All these people are witches and warlocks on the left-hand side. You know? All of them. Every single last one of them. Kobe Bryant. You know? LeBron. All of them. Every single last one of them. Alright? So, going back. It says, don't try to lift something too heavy for you, and don't keep company with people who are richer and more powerful than you. You cannot keep a clay pot next to an iron kettle. The pot will break if it hits the kettle. And who's the clay pot? The clay pot is talking about you, and the iron kettle is talking about the rich. Right? If a rich person wrongs someone, he can afford to add insult to injury. Let's read that again. If a rich person wrongs someone, you do this person wrong, he can afford to add insult to injury. He got the money to be able to keep himself hid or be able to off that person, right? It says, but if a poor person is wronged, right? But if a poor person is wronged, he is forced to apologize for himself. So here it is, you poor, and you get wronged, and now you got to apologize for the wrongdoing that happened to you. Ain't that about a bitch, right? A rich person will use you as long as he can profit from it. You see, he will use you to advertise, a clothing brand, whatever the case may be, whatever he needs to use you for, he will use you until he sucks you dry. No homo. You know what I'm saying? It says a rich person will use you as long as he can profit from it, but when you need him, he will leave you helpless. See, Jay-Z or Diddy can't call his cohorts and his friends in high places to help stop the scenario situation. If that was the case, he wouldn't be flying across the damn country to try to escape the judgment that's set for him. He will live with you as long as you have anything and will gladly drain you dry. See that? If he needs you, he will trick you with his smiles and cheerful, kindly words. Do you need anything? He will ask. He will feed you until you are embarrassed. And now this man Jay-Z is complete, or Diddy is completely embarrassed, man. All that money and all that fame and all the hoes and the glitz and the glamour, the riches, the chains, all the nasty shit that you had to do, it's all coming back to bite you in the ass, right? It says finally when he has drained you 2 or 3 times over, he will laugh at you. If you see him later, he will pretend he doesn't know you and will pass by you. See that? And that's exactly how these people do in the industry, man. They'll use you, and once they're done using you, they'll throw you to the side, just like the hoe you are to them. Okay? Just like the hoe you are to them. All right? And at that point, they're going to make you a laughingstock. And right now, he's being made a laughingstock. Like I said, this man had to hop on a private jet. Okay? He had to hop on a private jet to escape. Okay, what's the word I'm looking for? The backlash, for lack of better words, that he's receiving right now. And it's just going to continue to get worse. All right. So, Lord willing, this is an edifying lesson. All right. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone that taught us his truth and that's what teaching his truth. And as always, much peace, love, and salutation to the elect of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. All right, until next time, Lord willing, I say shalom.